Hi folks, today I still talk about the IC STFPC320. In the first video I showed the original board with a normal display of 7 segments digits, and I have added these 5 keys here to be possible use the up, down, left and right keys, and these I have the function to set the configurations. To replace the display, normal display of 7 segments by a VFD like you see now, I need do it some change, and I try explain which is the change I have done. The first thing I like alert is because the space between the pins of the chip is the value of 0.650 millimeters, is not possible use these tiny boards I use normal to implement the SMDs to external connections. In this case, these boards I have is a space between 0.5 millimeters or 0.8 millimeters. I don't have here with me with the 0.650 millimeters, which is the space between the pins to this chip. By this reason, I need use the board, the original board, but I need to remove the connections to the display of 7 segments digits. And to do it, I remove all the transistors. I tried to show. You can see here the transistors of the segments. In this case is 8 transistors here, and after you have 4 transistors here to the grids, and here this point you had more 4 transistors to the more 8 grids, 4 grids, sorry. This transistor originated is not connected here. By this reason, you remove this 4 here and these 8 transistors here, and this transistor here is the segment H from the display, it's the dot, okay? Also, you need to remove these resistors here and this, because these resistors go to the GND, apply one resistor between the grid or segment from the chip to the GND. By this reason, you need to remove this, and this. And after, you need to put one of these resistors with the value of 1 key, is 102 here in this position to connect the 4 more grids, okay? Because here you have 5 grids in this part of the IC, and after start with 6 and so on. And to connect these grids to the VFD, you need, or is more easy if you put here a resistor to get the griders here in the base of the transistors, like I have done to this, okay? You need also remove this resistor here, because in the third pin you have one grid connected to this transistor, okay? You need to remove it also, and remove this transistor, because the resistor go to the base is this small resistor here, okay? After you done this change, you can connect the wires here in the base, okay, segment, each base have one segment until 8 segments. In this case this is 8. Here in the base of these 4 transistors you have the grids, and also you will have the more 4 grids in the base of these transistors, okay, after you put one resistor here. The most important thing you need do it to reuse the IC is remove the chip and cut the GND which is connecting this pin, okay. This pin is VSS, and you need connect this pin to the less 15 volts. In this case I'm using less 15 volts here, and the chip support until less 33 volts, but I think with 15 volts the bright is good to the VFD. I repeat, remove the IC, okay, cut the GND connected to this pin, the VSS, and after put the IC again in the place, okay. After you have done this, you stay in conditions to connect the wires and use the VFD. The power of the VFD is like other videos I have done and make the mentions to this, is you need the power to the filament. In this case I'm using 2.6 volts, but you can use for example 5 volts with 2 or 3 diodes in serial, okay. You will get a drop of the 0.7 volts by diode, and you reach the value near of the value I have here. This is necessary. This source is independent, okay. I alert to this, and also you have the GND of the circuit. In this case the plus of the 15 volts will go connected to the GND of the remaining circuits, and by this reason in this pin you will have less 15 volts, and this left in 15 volts will be connected through a small resistor, only to protection, to the pin of the filament. One of these pins will be connected to the less 15 volts. The plus, how I have told you before, go to the GND, and this means in the VFD filament you have less 15 volts or near of this, because you have 2.6 volts to the filament. The circuit stay the same in all the other parts. You only need to remove the transistors and the resistors I have told you before, and the code is exactly the same. I only have done one small change to put here the seconds, because at the initial software I have done, because I only have here 4 digits, I don't active the internal clock with 6 digits. Note, I don't need to change the code. I only change the bits of the setting to the IC to allow, show or note the seconds, okay. This is all the the settings is implemented in the IC, is not code running in the Arduino. I only changed the bit which tell to the STFPC320 if must show or not seconds, okay? In this case, this wire here belongs to this transistor. I remove it. Is the segments H, okay? You can see I have here the dots, but it's not necessary you put this segment. You only need 7 segments. Also, you have the possible to change the format of 24 hours to the 12 hours, and in this case you will see here the AM PM, but you will need connect the segments of the 14 segments display. In this case I'm using with the format of the 7 segments, but this display have the segments until 14, okay? Also I do it one chant between the pins of the middle here, because this display have this segment in the middle broken. By this reason I do it a chant between these inputs to the VFD to make bright at the same time, okay? But this is small observations you can solve during the transformation of the normal display to the VFD. I still with the same code. You see here the 1 Hertz coming to the pin from the IC, with the possible to do it between 1 and 32.768 Hertz. I refer already in the other video. This is the same configuration like the DS3231 of the real-time clock. You can find easy in the kit of the Arduino. The code I'm running at this time is the same of the other video. And to change the hour, to set the hour, you can press the button here to swap to the setting mode. And the first button, the second button here, adjust the seconds. This is not 55 as SS, okay? 45 seconds. If you move to right and press the up, you will adjust the seconds. If you press the third button, you will see MM, okay, it's not correct, but means MM, and you see here 99 minutes. Of course, is I don't have added the protections to the skip after the 5 digits, 59 for example, to the 60. You need to implement if you want, okay? I adjust to a real value, for example 59, okay, it's good. And now the hours, you see HH 23 hours, seconds, minutes and hours. And after, if I press here the set button, you will adjust the clock to your time, okay? I like to refer this IC have the adjust to avoid the slices of the base time. And also one thing is extraordinary in this chip is you can set alarms. You can set alarms by day, by week, by month, or by year, for example. Okay, this is a lot of functions you can use if you can hack the board and reuse it. Okay, good job.